Let's hear from this pathetic excuse for a soul real quick, and he is that. And then the homie's gonna set him straight, and I got a few words for him too.
Did you guys see Trump go ape shit on that reporter?
No, I saw a grown-ass bitch throw a temper tantrum because he couldn't answer a fucking question without shitting himself. But thanks for showing the stretch marks on your fucking lips. Now, if you don't mind wiping your chin, his Vinnies and Debbers are on your fucking lap. You fucking moron.
Absolutely, that's what I was thinking too, what homie just said right here. Of course, that guy asked that question if we were there in person. I'd looked over at homeboy, and I would look back at this fucking hick, this redneck, sitting down there with that smug look, and I said, did you see when we ran a fucking train and turned your mom and your sister out last night? Did you see that, homie? Did you see when we had her stuffed in every opening she has on her body? Oh, we ran a train on her real good, brother, real good. Be cool, baby, be cool. We play for keeps. We don't fuck around with people like that. I don't like talking about this kind of shit as far as that kind of thing goes, but yeah, we don't mess around when it comes to people like him. At all. That's why I don't put up with it from fucking Starseeds, because they know better. Plus, I would put up with it from them less because they ought to know better. Their gut should just know better. And they should quit being so lazy and get into politics a little bit. Know what it's about. You don't have to go run for mayor. I mean, God forbid you'd ever put yourself out there. I know. I know it'd be asking a lot to actually do anything. Yeah, we don't fuck around that might put yourself out there, but when it comes to people, especially like him and that redneck that are talking to women the way they do. I have never heard so many fucking lies in my whole life, other than when I was telling them, aside from this interview here. Now here, we're going to listen to that interview again, where Trump acted like a fuckhead. You know, Kirsten, you don't need to eat shit for that punk.
Like you're crooked, your press is crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked.
To be fair, I'm not crooked, but let's
Really?
Let's
Well,
continue.
you play right into their hands. Then.
Let's continue.
You're either crooked or you're stupid. You play right into their hands with this rap. You know that these elections are rigged. Your network knows that they're rigged. You know that I won an election in a landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But, Mr. President,
you know why I
you've
got
never
that?
presented
Because you have no
evidence.
credibility.
But you've never presented
And
evidence.
FOX, the
Let's keep
biggest.
talking about, I want to talk about Todd
You
Blanche.
have more evidence. There's more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk
Your
about...
elections
You
in
went
this
to
country,
court.
we're like a third world country.
But, sir-
Your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked,
Mr.
and so
President-
is ABC, and CBS, and CNN.
But, Mr. President-
You're one-sided crooked networks. All right, let's call it quits, because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please... I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat in the
traveled
rain with
all...
You'll have all these Republican motherfuckers out there laughing at her for saying she traveled all that way in the rain. At least she's got some sincere heart about her. Now, what he didn't mention was that biased, one-sided fucking Nazi news network, Fox News, that he loves so much. I mean, he kills any credibility he has right there. Just like any person would kill any credibility they ever had when using the term fake news if they watch even 1 minute of Fox News ever. That is the fakest bullshit ran by neo-Nazi, racist son of a bitches. Oh, they got a couple token minorities on there, believe me, that are paid good, who have completely sold their souls out. A couple of them. Believe me. And they know it too. They know they did and have. But they're rich. But they'll never have the respect of the people in their community, ever. I can tell you that for a fact. You know, and it's too bad that they thought so low of themselves that they decided to mark themselves out for whitey, so to speak. But regardless of that, difference is too, when people like Trump supporters get hurt by anything in life, they get pissed off and mad over some tiny nothing bullshit, but they get angry. Whereas people that are really of an enlightened soul, they get sad. It's just a difference. And of course there's different variations of it, you know, depending on what happens exactly in your life. But typically, and the people that are Trump supporters are kind of that mentality, they will tell people just to get over it. Oh, just get over it, over some crazy shit. Something a quarter that big happens to them and they act like it's even anything. Here we go.
This is people who just have a chip on their shoulder because they hate liberals, they hate gay people, they hate black people. And so they'll do anything to give power to the guy who is just like the ultimate resilient champion against that. Trump is the anti-PC politician.
Yeah.
And I personally believe that most of Trump's voters are just obstinate little shits that like hate that they can't say retard and were willing to put a pedophile in office if it meant pushing back against the political correctness era.
Okay, I have a theory on this.
Okay.
I think you might like. Many a time I have asked myself, why? Why will people fucking die on the hill of supporting this gross, orange, child molesting, raping, fraudster, huckster, snake oil salesman, piece of absolute objective garbage? Why? Why will people die on that hill?
This got cut off, but what he goes on to say is what I've been saying basically, because it enables them to feel comfortable with who they really are. It enables them to come out. They feel comfortable being the hateful, racist people that they've always been. You see, they've kind of had to keep it under wraps and stuff, you know, and they blame it on political correctness and all this shit. Same people that use the term race baiting. Usually people that use those terms are people that are trying to run away from issues. So it's real easy to say, oh, it's just politically correct. I'm not very politically correct. It's not that you're not politically correct, it's just that you're lazy. You're politically correct for when it fits your MO. Not because you're some guy that tells it like it fucking is.
Has Barack Obama ever been accused of sexual assault? No. He hasn't. Okay. Has Barack Obama ever attacked Gold Star families and POWs and said he didn't respect them because they were captured? No, but no. Why? No, there's no but. There's no but. No, there's no but. Has Barack Obama ever been an adjudicated liable abuser in a courtroom? No, but with all that... No. With all that being said, I'm not done yet, sir. Has Barack Obama ever been sued thousands of lawsuits because he didn't want black people living in his buildings? Has Barack Obama ever had that? What difference does that make? What difference? It makes a big difference because Barack Obama is not a racist. And Donald Trump has done all these things, which means you support and you voted for the leader of the free world who is a racist, whose own father was arrested at a Klan rally. Okay? It makes a big difference because you don't care if someone who is a bigot is running the country. You want to see a bunch of brown people. Why don't you just admit it? You want to see a bunch of brown people deported, right? Don't you, sir? You know why don't you admit it? Brown people were deported? Because there wasn't millions of white people. If it was a million white people so there you go. The truth finally comes out. The truth finally comes out, sir. You don't want brown people in this country. You want it to make America white again. Why don't you just admit it? That's just who was at the border. That's all. If it was, by the way, that is also not true. That were white. That is also not true. In fact, Donald Trump has welcomed those from South Africa that are 100% white who are seeking asylum with open arms. Okay. 50. Can you give me an example of 50 people that he welcomed with open arms that were seeking asylum that are black? I'm waiting. Go ahead, sir. So you're telling me... No. I'm asking you a question. I want you to answer it. You said you're right. I agree with you. It was 50 people, somewhere around there. Can you give me an example of 50 people or even 10 people that Donald Trump welcomed in this country with open arms that are brown people that are seeking asylum? Go. Oh, I'm sure there was. Oh, give me an example then. Then give me an example. You don't have an example either. But no, you know why I don't have an example? Well, dummy, because he never did it. That's why. The reason why that was in the news, well, I don't really care what you believe. I really don't care, sir. You've already proven yourself to be a fool. Yes, you just said, now, first of all, it was 50 people, right? We just agreed on that. 50 South Africans. Yeah, you said that. 100% white. And all I'm simply asking you is if you can give me the same example, to your knowledge, less or more, of people that were brown. Why didn't he do that for brown people? The reason why you can't come up with an example, and the reason why I can't come up with one, because he never has. Because Donald Trump is a racist just like you. That's why. No, I'm sure. Right. And I'm sure you're going to be late to your Klan rally tonight, too. I'm sure. Have a nice day, dumbass.
You got to keep it real 100 with these motherfuckers. Seriously.
Trump is a bitch. Vance is a whore. Melania is an escort. Nixon 4.
Well, it will have to be in 5 because there's one tonight. Typical.
Who cares about the Epstein files? I trust Donald with my daughters, okay?
Well, I reckon you hate your damn daughters. And your dentist, too.
Apparently the Epstein files as well. It's sad, really. You know, and it's no indictment on their looks or anything like that, people. It really isn't. However, racism, ignorance, hatred, selfishness, greed, pettiness, they don't have a good look to them at all. You know, and it's too bad. It's really too bad.